My name is Chelsea Gotel. I am a 3-time Paralympian in the sport of swimming and a 12-time Paralympic medalist. I'm visually impaired. I love to online shop. I love to watch TV, love to watch documentaries that are from foreign countries which have subtitles.
People with disabilities do the same things everyone else does. They just do them differently.
Accessibility to me means creating a fair, welcoming, and inclusive environment for everybody. As a marketer, it's critical for success as an organization to reflect the communities in which you work and live, and that includes people with all abilities and disabilities.
Providing access to information and content is a really important part of what a marketer does.
One of the mistakes that we make as marketers is that we forget to really include the audience right up front. And that audience includes people living with disabilities.
There are various types of disabilities, and they fall into several groups. The one that many may be familiar with is physical disabilities. A second category of disability is sensory disabilities. A third category could be cognitive disabilities. And people who are aging could fall into some of these categories, or even all three of them. So there's a lot of cross-disability going on as people age throughout the normal spectrum.
All of us will experience some type of mild disability in our life, whether it's even breaking a leg and not being able to walk like we used to. And so I think oftentimes when we say the word disability, we think of something very extreme, but we're all impacted by disability throughout different parts of our life. We end up planning our campaigns, going out there, going into market, and we then kind of react at the very end to try and make some of our digital pieces more accessible to those with disabilities. But really that planning has to start from the beginning.
If you design your digital space right from the beginning for the widest possible audience, it's cheaper, it's less expensive in the sense that you won't have to make retrofit modifications later on.
I think firms that are mindful of the strategic imperative of reaching all of their customers are more innovative, they're more progressive, and they're more dynamic in the way they connect and reach with their customers.
Improved accessibility represents upwards of a $12 billion opportunity for businesses in Ontario in terms of increased retail, sales, and tourism opportunities. So accessibility, in addition to being the right thing to do, the socially responsible thing to do, is also very good for business.
The people with disabilities audience is just part of a larger audience that you wish to attract to your product, whether it's a digital space, whether it's goods and services, whether it's good customer service.
If you're not aware, maybe you're not educated on the different accessibility tools that are out there to help ensure that you get to the different audiences you need to, you are missing out on a huge part of the population. You go to different websites, and sometimes when I try to zoom into a website, it doesn't, zoom in properly. If it's not an accessible website, I'm usually off the website and I'm not going to buy into the brand, and you've lost a customer there.
Customers have more choices than ever, and they're able to connect with their groups and find other organizations and other brands that are ensuring that they're accessible to people living with disabilities. And so I think it's a smart, strategic, and savvy business move to ensure that you're reaching your customer where they're at, and that includes people living with disabilities, because if you don't, someone else will.